Mic check. That's right, strap in folks. Some of these jokes, they're gonna be for me. Not everything's about you, okay? Don't be selfish. But no, it's despite what my introduction says, it is a little weird for me to be up here tonight. I'm not actually a comedian, I'm a software engineer by trade. And so I figured as long as I'm here, I did want to deliver a message to all of you from your coworkers in the tech department. I did ask all of them. Stop asking, hey, look at me. Stop asking us for help if you haven't Googled it first. That's all we're gonna do anyway, all right? Leave us alone. We have important stuff we're pretending to work on. Not everyone believes me when I try to put it to them like that, so I'll put it to you another way. Every time you ask us for help before Googling it, we add a site you like to the company site blocker. I will block your crush's Instagram page. Do not test me. But I know y'all didn't come out here to get lectured by the guy who you thought you locked in the server room. No, you came here to get very bad and actually not good dating advice. So first, for you fellas, it's complicated out there, a lot of weird advice, hard to follow. I'll try to keep it simple. Just try to live your life in such a way where no one refers to you as the red flag guy. And everyone should know what I'm talking about, and a bunch of names for this guy out there. Of course, there's the cheater. For clarity, fellas, it doesn't matter if it's her twin. Same DNA does not absolve you of anything. Of course, there is the enormous jerk. Now, some people try to quibble with me, like, oh, this guy's like arrogant and charming, doesn't that work? I mean, you can do it a little bit, but like, don't be enormous about it, you know what I mean? Try to dial it back. And of course, the most infamous of all, the guy we don't talk about. Bunch of names for that guy too. I've heard Lord Voldemort, he who must not be named. Just try to avoid landing yourself on that list. You do it, I promise you will be better than 50% of the partners your partners have ever dated. For you ladies, it's a little different, because it's not, the advice, it's not really something you're doing wrong, if I'm honest. Because I know you have a lot of misogyny to deal with, people objectifying you, and you just wish they'd treat you like a person. But see, that's kind of the problem. It's too much too fast for these guys. You gotta take baby steps. So being treated like an object, try to move up to like trophy. You know, still an object, but prized. Now, before you start doing this, who am I kidding? Nobody's gonna follow this advice. Before you try this out, this is a bit risky advice. All right, if he's already calling you the B word, you're moved up to animal already. Trophy would be a backwards move. No, instead, you're gonna try to get treated like a child. Get him to call you baby. And from there, you can move up to human, where you should have been in the first place. Woo! Most performers have water up here, I have coffee. I don't know what that says. It says something, I'm sure. But no, it's good to be here at Gaming Grounds and among other gamers. Personally, I like role-playing games. Do I have any RPG players in the audience? You know, Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah!
Other ones, I guess? Listen, nobody cares about your Call of Cthulhu campaign. Nobody cares. I did get way too into them for a little while, so much though I personally wanted to learn how to don armor and protect the realm, but I was only free after 6, so I took night classes. I did warn you. But no, I really do like role-playing games. In particular, I like character creation. That's what does it for me. I like it so much, I got to thinking, like, what would it be like to do character creation in real life? So, take me for instance. I am a tall, straight white man. Clearly, I got to character creation, was like, yeah, let's get that difficulty slider all the way over to easy. Yeah, all the way over. Now, don't worry, it's not a complete cakewalk. I did decide to play as a Jew this time. So plus a few points in nose length, minus a few points in other length. But I think I might not have understood the rules. You see, I found out after, apparently Buddhists get to roll a new character when this one dies. I think I might have messed up. Like a lot of you though, I decided to go with the nerd class. It's a fun class, am I right?
Yeah!
It's Bit of a late game class, you know. I got beat up a lot in the early levels, but once I unlocked my software engineering specialization, I did see a huge boost in my gold production. Don't worry, we don't get nerdier from there. That's as low as it goes. But it's kind of a weird class, you know. I knew inputs were going to be weird to facilitate clumsiness at sports, but did you know that the input for hit on a girl is the same as the input for ask her if she has cancer? I found that one out in real time. And that is a true story, by the way. I did once ask a girl if she had cancer while I was trying to hit on her. In my defense, it made sense at the time. She did just say her favorite board game was Settlers of Catan. All right. Maybe she wasn't the one with cancer in that particular situation.
Oh my God.
But that's something I like to do. I like to figure out what people are implying, even though they're not necessarily thinking about what their words mean. And it led me to a bit of a realization about the way that straight people refer to gay people. You know, I'm not even going to tell you the pattern. I'm just going to lay it out, see if you can figure it out on your own, all right? I've heard butt pirate, fanny bandit, pooter looter, or my personal favorite, turd burglar. Do you figure it out? Straights are convinced the gays are out to steal their poops. And it's the kind of thing I would have thought they would have warned me about. You know, like, sure, I had that uncle who was like, don't let them near your bum hole. But he didn't follow it with, they're gonna nab your butt nuggets. I feel like he could have been more explicit about what the danger element was there. And there are more implications beyond that too, because think about it, someone's not just gonna bust into my trouser trove for no reason, right? There's gotta be something in it for them. And I got to wondering, are my toilet taters secretly a hot commodity? I wish I had known earlier, because I've spent years literally flushing money away. And before you ask, I'm sure you're wondering the same thing I was. What could someone possibly be doing with my sewer snakes? And I don't know. But what I do know is clearly there is a demand. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, I got a bunch of shit for sale on my merch store. Come check us out at pooterpearls.eu. Don't forget to use offer code Gaming Grounds for 15% off fresh squeezed, and every order comes with a free purchase of Dimpleberries. I'm glad there are a few of you still with me on that. I'll be honest, I was hoping to lose most of you. Not just because it's funny to me, but also because I get to see a little something of your personality come out in a way you probably don't think about very much. You see, everybody claps different. But, you normally do it all together, you don't really notice it. I'll show you what I mean. If you don't mind. What's your name?
I'm Miles.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear?
Miles.
You say Michael? I think I found him. No, I'm just playing around. Just like you would normally, could you do me a favor, just clap for us, please? No pressure, no drama. Okay, it's good. It keeps to a beat. It doesn't, but it's not imposing. It doesn't throw itself out there. It lets it blend in with the crowd. It's good. Almost too good. Did you practice?
Yes.
And I know it's weird. Normally when someone describes a clap, they're like, it burns when I pee. But no, it's a good clap and you should be glad to have it. Your hands really slap, my friend. But if I hadn't have done that, none of us would know about our friend's quality clap here. It would have just blended in with everyone else. See, if everyone gives it a go at once, give it a shot. Oh my God, thank you so much. You are too kind. That's my time. Good night.